Hey everybody, this is my thoughts on a Fistful of Frags. Well, not a Fistful of Frags, just Fistful of Frags. This is a mod for Half-Life 2 that was turned into a full standalone release on Steam. It is available for free. I'll have a link in the video description box, of course. And I don't know if you guys know this because I haven't really done all that many videos on Western games because there's almost no Western games in existence. But I'm a really big fan of Westerns. Really big fan of them. And I get really sad when I see that we barely have any Western games. So, when something like Fistful of Frags comes around, I'm like, sweet, a Western mod or a Western game. Finally, I get a chance to play something set in the Wild West again. And so I went into this thing hoping for at least what it was supposed to be, which I was told it was supposed to be a very good Wild West deathmatch game. What I found was that I had actually played the mod version of this a long time ago. It was in a very, very early version. It wasn't really a very good version to play because it was just buggy as hell and it didn't have all that much content. It wasn't very well balanced, that sort of thing. And here's the thing. Even in that very early version, it had way more content than this full standalone release has. It has basically 3 maps. That's about it. Oh, and 2 game modes, which are Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch. The lack of content, particularly objective modes and things like that, makes the game get very, very samey very, very quickly. And when you're playing on the same few maps over and over and over again, you get tired of them very, very quickly. They're not even that well designed. So you go into this game expecting it to be a decent deathmatch experience, and what you find is that nothing in the game makes sense. And by that I mean, it depends on what server you're playing on as to what the rules are, but you get a loadout screen at the beginning, and you select a variety of items to use. I mean, you can select things like, when I first joined a server in this version, I had a choice between the, I think it was an 1851 Navy revolver, and the sawed-off, and something else. I think it might have been a bow. And then for secondary, you had things like knives, or your pistol throw, or the gentleman perk, so to speak, which you get extra notoriety, which is your points for taking on enemies face-to-face using gentlemanly weaponry like the pistols or your fists or something like that. And then you also get to choose what is better for you: ambidextrous, where you can hold a weapon in each hand, or right or left hand, and that gives you bonuses depending on what you choose. So when you actually get into the game proper, you find that it's completely unfair and that nothing makes sense. Now, you find out very early on that weapons in this game take absolutely forever to reload. You get infinite ammo for them, but they take forever to reload. And even better, the only way you can interrupt the reload is by switching weapons. That's it. That's all you can do. And so, what's the point of actually doing that when you can just switch to your, say, knife and then just start flailing at the enemy? Well, the reason you would want to switch back to your weapon is because you can't hit anything in this game at all. So you might as well try it with one of the things that actually shoots something. The only weapons I found that I was reasonably accurate with were shotguns, because the hitboxes in this game are pretty terrible. Or at least it seems like it. It seems like it's running on a version of the source engine that didn't have corrected hitboxes, so good luck hitting anything. I've been in situations where my crosshair was nowhere near the guy I was actually aiming at, and I hit him anyway. I wasn't even moving. The accuracy is supposed to change depending on your movement, but it's wildly all over the place. You can be point blank, literally right in the guy's face, and still miss. You can be a mile away, not even aiming at him, and still hit him. The damage modeling makes no sense. You can hit him in the head and it won't take him out instantly, and unless you've got say, the rifles, in which case, like, say if you're using the Smith carbine, one hit, that's all you need. Unless you hit them in the leg or something like that. And so, you find out very, very quickly that the game is not very well balanced, and that it's completely unfair because the way you get the upgraded stuff in the game is to find them in the weapon crates scattered throughout the level, which require you to remain stationary and hold the use button down so you can fill up a meter, and it's like, oh, now you can select an item. Well, most of them are kind of useless. For instance, there's no reason to pick up the Peacemaker or the Cold Walker. None at all. You can't hit anything with them. And even if you could, they're incredibly slow. So you might as well just pick up the shotguns and be done with it, because that's pretty much all you can hit stuff with. You'll occasionally see me hitting things in this game, in this gameplay footage. It's just completely random, and the amount of damage you do is completely random. It doesn't seem to actually have any sort of rhyme or reason to it. The idea is you're supposed to do more damage if you get headshots or torso shots, but the damage numbers vary wildly, and I have no idea how they're calculated. It's like they just have some random number generator, and they're like, okay, now you're going to do only 20 damage, as opposed to the 80 that you would have done earlier. Why? Because we can. And it may just be that the hit detection is just so terrible that the damage modeling ends up seeming like it's completely all over the place and makes no sense. But I don't really know. All I know is that this game is absolutely infuriating to play. You guys know me. I'm a reasonably good FPS player. I'm not great, but I'm certainly not completely incompetent like this game would make it seem. And yet, here I am, sitting here, having issues even hitting things right in my face while not moving. It also doesn't help that there's so many uninterruptible things in this game. You can't interrupt the reloads unless you swap weapons, because good luck actually getting through the reload animation before somebody takes you out. You have this kick thing you can do, but that roots you in place for a moment, and you have to do this stupid sluggish kick animation. All of the animations are incredibly sluggish, and everything reloads incredibly slowly. It's hard to tell what's going on at any given point. You actually do have a health meter. It's that F at the bottom left part of the screen. But the thing is, when you get hit, it doesn't pop up and tell you how much health you have left. Not really. Occasionally it does, if you're lucky. Most of the time you don't even notice it, even if it is there. And your ammo count is a variety of circles up at the bottom of the screen. And you may be able to see them if you're lucky. You may also be able to see the crosshair if you're lucky. I have the alpha turned all the way up, and yet I can't see it. What the hell's going on? What am I playing here? A lot of people seem to think that this game is fantastic. It's infuriating. It makes no sense. It has problems. It has a complete lack of content. Why do people enjoy it? Maybe the mod version is a lot better. In fact, I'm sure it is. It has way more content. It may not be as supposedly balanced, but this thing doesn't seem remotely balanced either. Maybe the hit detection is better. I don't know. It's not even lag. I'm playing on servers where I have pings under 30, and I'm still having issues actually managing to hit anything. It doesn't make any sense. I just look at games like this and see people going, oh, this is amazing, and just wonder what the hell is wrong with these people. Maybe they are only going off of what they play as the mod version. If that's the case, then the mod version must be really good. That or these people are just dumb. I really don't know. I'm not going to presume to call them dumb because I don't really know. I haven't played the mod version in so long that it's just such a distant memory to me. I don't remember it being very good, but then again, it was a very early version of the game. I wasn't expecting all that much out of it, except for a decently fun experience, and I didn't even get it back then. Now, with this full standalone release, it's downright infuriating, but at least it's available for free. I mean, I didn't waste anything on it except a bit of bandwidth. Oh, jeez. I just want a good Western game again. The last really good Western game I played was Outlaws, and that was from 1997. Why can't we make good Western games again? Maybe I just need to take it upon myself to make one. I don't know. Anyway, avoid Fistful of Frags. Thanks for watching.